Hello.
Hello. You guys match. I don't match with you guys.
Yeah, you always have to be different, Sandra. Good.
Yeah, I'm not like other Vampire Academy girls. These are terrible. Like, they actually are terrible.
They're OG covers, I think.
I know. They are kind of epic, but they are terrible. Hello. Welcome to our next Vampire Academy Readalong Live. We are here to talk about Shadow Kiss and Blood Promise. Obviously, starting off with Shadow Kiss. I finished Blood Promise today, so it's very fresh in my mind. And I feel like I have loads of thoughts about Blood Promise, but then, like, Shadow Kiss, I have forgotten. No, I've not forgotten it. I finished that like 2 days ago. But it feels like so far back.
Yeah. I did Shadow Kiss a week ago, week and a half ago, Blood Promise at the beginning of the week. So we'll see what I remember.
I do release it all the time. Every day. Every second.
You never know she's holding them, so it's fine.
No. But, I mean, events did happen in Shadow Kiss, so obviously we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna forget Blood Promise for a bit.
Yeah, Shadow Kiss had the big event that was the last thing I remembered was coming, and honestly, past that, I remember like nothing.
So. Same, literally same. Or this one
like I remember that happened.
I thought that would happen in Frostbite, not Shadow Kiss. Like every single time I reread, I'm like, oh, it's gonna happen in Frostbite. No, it happens in Shadow Kiss.
No. Because I do remember specifically that in Frostbite, because we are like obviously a bit in spoiler territory anyway, that's when Mason dies. So I knew that it couldn't happen in Frostbite. But
I think
I thought it happened in the fourth.
I'm talking about Dimitri. I thought that happened in Frostbite.
Yeah. I thought that Dimitri happened in the fourth for some reason. But yeah, what happens in Shadow Kiss? It was really because Frostbite, it ended off with Dimitri and Rose saying like we don't care anymore. Let's just, and then they make out, right? Isn't that the last thing that happens in Frostbite? But then in the beginning of Shadow Kiss, they're just like, no, we're not together. I'm like, what? But didn't you just say you were? Then they're avoiding each other again, and I was so confused.
It goes back and forth quite a bit. They do waffle quite a bit.
As you should be. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like Spirit Bound for Team Adrian. Sorry.
No. But we got the very seasonally appropriate ghosts in Shadow Kiss.
We see ghosts, and then what else happens? Rose is annoying, not telling Lissa all the things that's going on with her. It's super annoying that she's not telling her anything.
Miscommunication.
Lissa is the worst. Lissa is not a great friend because everything is about her, right?
Yeah.
I'll stand on that. Right?
I really, really enjoyed that. Like, obviously, there is the whole like test thing where they're assigned to someone, and I love that she was assigned to Christian.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And it's just like I really like their dynamics. It's like I don't ship it any romantic way, but it's just like their friendship is better than Rose's friendship with Lissa.
Yeah,
100%.
Literally.
Yeah, I feel like we don't see their Lissa and Rose's friendship very much in the books.
No, we're being told.
Yeah, we're being told that they've been, obviously, she saved Rose's life or brought her back from the dead, which is something that obviously shows that she cared, but yeah. But I agree. I do like that friendship, that bond with Christian too. And the fact that she knows she can trust Christian with Lissa.
Yes. I also loved it when they were like, she was sleeping in his room because of the protection thing. And then he was just like, I actually trust you to keep me safe. And it was just like my heart. I was just like, I love it. Not like in any romantic way, but I just love that kind of relationship between them. Yeah. Like an agreement.
And they had started to bond over the whole him wanting to use magic as a defense and that whole thing. So I was a little frustrated that they were back to her being so upset about having to be around him, and that like so I was happy when she started hanging around him and realizing, oh yeah, that's right, he's okay. We can like him. He can be a friend.
And then we did go to see the Queen, who wants Adrian to be together with Lissa.
Yeah.
He deserves much better than that, obviously. And then I did like it when they went to like the spa thing. I thought that was cute.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't know why Rose is so judgmental of everyone with other lives than hers. She's such a slut shamer.
She is.
Yeah.
The whole
She needs
blood whore thing, and then that gets into spoilers for book 2, but that comes back to bite her in the butt.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? I guess, like, what is the plot? That she see ghosts and then she goes to therapy, and then the part that I really didn't understand or like at all is like the hand or like their club or whatever.
Say
Like
more.
the club that like they trying to practice hypnotizing people and then they punch each other in the face and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know.
And that is why the wards were down. But it was just like the most stupid reason for the wards to be down I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I kind of missed some of that. Honestly, that part went out of my head.
They had like a secret club, like the Royals had like a secret club that wanted Lisa to join. So they tried to like do compulsion, and the ones who could be like the best compulsion, they were like hitting each other to see if they can compulse each other to stop being hit or something. And I did it close to the ward, so that is why the wards kept going down. That is why she kept seeing ghosts. But then like Rose just like figured out that was the reason the wards were down. But I just thought that it was just such a neat way for Rochelle Mead to just like add this for the reason the wards were down. I feel like it would have been more interesting if it was a traitor in their midst that took the wards down.
Yeah, that's what I expected. That the bad vampires. Help me out.
I thought it was
like,
also.
Yes, thank you.
I thought
they were employing
using like the stakes and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was also in combination of that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was just like them playing around the wards. Mm-hmm. But I didn't get how the Strigoi knew. How did they know the wards were down because they were playing with them? Like they were playing. There was like 50 Strigoi outside the gates being like, let's see if the wards go down. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, obviously, maybe there's a reason we will find out later, but it's just like, it was not.
No, I think like her seeing the ghosts, that them doing that near the wards is how she was seeing ghosts. But the way they got in was still the stakes.
Oh, okay. Stroganoff,
yeah, same.
I mean, okay, it makes sense. But then I guess what are all the highlights? She and Dimitri has sex.
And they had to get that in once before.
And it was just so funny because it's just like, sex is something I could never describe, but we did it. And I was just like,
YA. How are they going to describe it?
They describe sex in YA now.
But this was old YA.
Yeah.
Old school YA.
Honestly, like, because like now in YA, when they have sex, I find it so cringy because it's just like, oh, she exploded. And I'm like, girl.
This was probably pushing the boundaries for YA at the time.
Honestly, it was. And then the Strigoi got in, kidnapped a bunch of people, among them Eddie, who I really started to like as a character. Like, Eddie was a really good character. And then, Dimitri became a Strigoi rip. And then it ended.
The most devastating thing that happened when I was a teenager.
Honestly,
same.
When you were a teenager, did you expect that to happen?
Hell no. No.
I mean, I wasn't a teenager reading these, but my first time through, I was not. Although on reread, the whole them having the discussion about how I'd rather be dead and blah, 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 it was clearly foreshadowing that, yes, he's going to become one. But the first time around, I totally missed it.
Yeah.
Because like, you didn't think that was going to go where it was going to go. Because that's just me.
that I think that Michelle Mead is really good, like with like umping up the drama, as like if you think that this is a YA, to make it be so dramatic. Because like when I read it, even though I actually ship obviously with Adrian Moore, but like I was still dying. I was just like, what? He can't be Strigoi. This is the world ending, literally. Yeah.
I think in my head originally the Strigoi were a lot less like functional human beings than like monster vampires. So like the idea, and we do get hints because we have the fact that Christian's parents intentionally turned Strigoi, like that it is something that people will sometimes make a choice to do, that they're just, that's what they want. They want that extra power and they don't care about the bloodlust and that type of stuff. But I think we start getting through these books more of a look at, okay, they actually are. Because I wonder, like, how did we get to, I guess that's the second book, but like, how do these monstrous vampires like change continents? Like, how are they flying to different places? And no, they're more human passing than I expected them to.
But it's also like, again, it's like, what is like the point of being a Strigoi? To just like stand outside the school waiting to get in, to like kidnap people to make them Strigoi? It's like, what is the point? Like, I know like they are bloodlustly and all that, but I'm just like, can't you just eat humans? Like, why try to get more royal and that fierce all the time? It just seems like so much work for like little gain. Like, just kill the humans. There's many more of them and much easier.
I think they just want to kill the royals, don't they? That's what they wanted to do.
True.
The royal lines.
And the guards are the ones going out and killing them. So by taking down the school, they limit how many people are coming after them.
Yeah.
But I think we also start seeing these that there is like a societal structure to the Strigoi. There's like people in charge, and they have their minions, and maybe they're
it just seems really
sending their
boring
minions
to be a Strigoi,
out.
honestly.
Yeah,
it just seems boring to be one.
Yeah. Although, you know, it feels very like gang like, where you have like the godfather of Strigoi.
Strigoi, they are basically like the Volturi in Twilight.
There you go.
And then like the other, like the Morois, they are like the Cullens.
Yeah. There you go.
That's literally it. We also have
who sparkles. Do any of them sparkle?
The Vampire Mafia, literally. We also had Rose like taking Lissa's like depression.
Yeah, that I thought was really an interesting development.
Yeah. Then she got really angry and then she had sex with Dimitri. So that's how you get laid. You just need to take someone else's depression and then you get laid.
Depression and anger. I think coming out in that.
What else happened in Shadowkiss? I mean, like the main event is Dimitri.
Yeah.
Amberly is not here, but Emily wrote in the chat that she struggled with this a lot because of like the drama and stuff. I feel like a lot of the book is like Rose walking around, and then she meets Adrian. She always meets him. Like no matter where she goes, she's just like, oh, there was Adrian. I'm like, dude. And every time I squeal like a child.
I do really like Adrian as a character, but I feel like I want to see more of him. Like I'm still not, like, he just keeps showing up in dreams, and I'm like, okay,
he can show up in my dreams.
Yes.
It's fine. What else did we have? Teenage me would have loved Adrian. You mean you need to love him now? It's not too late. Just love him.
I'm curious because Brittany, I know early on had issues, and I think we all talked about it a little bit with the age difference between Dimitri and Rose. Is there still that feeling later on as we progress the relationship? Because I think she's still not quite 18. She's nearly 18.
No, she's 18 in the end of this Shadowkiss.
Okay, by the end.
But she wasn't 18 when they had sex.
No,
She was 18. That's how she could get out of school.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, that's right.
And then, what did he say? That he's 7 years older than her? So that means he's 24.
Yeah.
That means he's 4 years younger than me, and I would barely consider a 24-year-old. So take that as you will. I would be like, you're way too young. So I would just imagine me at 24 being with a 17-year-old. I know it's fantasy, but it is weird.
Yeah.
Even though I do believe Adrian is 20, but 20 is better than 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it still doesn't bother me because it's a different society. So like I just kind of wipe that out of my brain.
True.
But yeah, I can definitely see where they probably would have aged it up to college age if they were writing it.
I don't know what they do like in the TV show. I haven't seen that, but I know he's I assume Dimitri's there.
They're a little older in the TV show, but I could be wrong.
He's still her teacher though, and that is some sus relationship anyway.
Yeah.
Like even so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also one thing, the end of this broke my heart, not because of Dimitri, but the way she uses Adrian here when she goes and asks him for money.
Yes.
She really takes advantage of him here, and I know that she's in a hurtful place, but my heart hurt when she went to him like that and like asked for money in such a way, because I get why. I completely get why. And like obviously how else was she gonna get there? But it's just like it really hurt me to see her using him in such a way, and that she never actually apologizes for it, at least not so far.
Yeah.
Because I really like Rose as a character, but then I still got annoyed at her when she did that.
Yeah,
I agree. I've been more annoyed with her, I think, on this read than I was previously, because I feel like I'm picking up more on how young she is and immature she is in some things, and she doesn't, necessarily pick up on the she's.
But then it's even worse that she's with Dimitri, because you like really notice how young she is. She's very mature in killing people, and as a fighter, as a fierce person and confidence, she's mature in that way. But in other ways, she's like still a teen.
Yeah, I think she acts older in the scenes with him for some reason. I don't know if it's because they're almost relating like peers when it comes to the fighting and the fact that she's more advanced in that region. It's to me, when she's with Lissa and dealing with things with Lissa, that's when it comes out that she's
does act like he's 35.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have more to say on Shadow Kiss?
No, Shadow Kiss was pretty much like middle book syndrome sometimes, but then a huge ending.
That's if Blood Promise is not. Excuse me, I have so much to say about Blood
Both
Promise.
of these were. We were talking about this very briefly earlier with that.
Blood Promise
slowed the pace down quite a lot compared to books 1 and 2.
Did you reread for this, Vish?
No, but I skimmed through it yesterday, like both of them. But for me, Blood Promise, I liked it more because obviously we're going through like the aftermath of what happened in Shadow Kiss, and I needed to know. But I like the journey that she took. I don't know what that says about me, but I like the journey that she took.
A part of me completely agrees with you. Like I like that we are somewhere else. A new setting is very nice, and also we are going to talk about Blood Promise now. So well, and I think it was interesting to see another setting, but it was just for a really long time. Like we were doing nothing for a really long time. I was looking at the percentage because I literally read it today, and I was like at 50%, and I'm like, we actually have achieved absolutely nothing. And I read half of this book, and it's not like I still thought it was interesting, but it was just like it could have been 500 pages. Yes. And then it was very inconsistent, as Amberly also commented on in the Discord, that like she is being held as a blood whore for like a whole week at least, and then Lissa was gonna be a weekend in the palace, and then she goes into her head, and it's just like been one day, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, and also like in Shadow Kiss, we had the whole Mason disappearing at the end. We kind of get that goodbye with Mason. And any of us, I don't think recall Mason saying, hey, by the way, go to Siberia. And somehow in the next book, we're in Siberia because Mason said so. So yeah, I think there are things you might not have picked up on if you weren't reading the books back to back to back.
Yeah. But he literally said to her.
I think it's an unpopular opinion, but I really love Blood Promise.
You're allowed to.
It's just like we get to know more about Dimitri through Rose, and obviously we meet Sydney, and she's a pivotal character throughout the rest of the series in the next book as well. And then, do we meet Abe in this? Yeah,
yeah,
Abe
there was a big reveal about him in the end.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool too, seeing her relationship with Abe, and things about Victor as well that we discover that's pivotal in the next couple of books. I think it's just more like building up, but also like seeing who Dimitri was and like Rose's love for Dimitri and like how she overcomes her perspective on Dimitri now that he's different and like trying to go through that, because obviously she's never been through the type of thing before. So she needed to like go through that grief, I guess, of losing him, but still like trying to save him at the same time. Does that make sense?
I completely agree with you. I actually generally liked the journey we were on. I just think it was a bit long for the journey we were on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I didn't like the inconsistency because they bothered me.
Yeah.
But I completely agree that like some of it was really good. And I really loved seeing Dimitri's family. But like when she was there, they were like, you're part of the family. You can stay here forever. And I thought she'd been there for 2 months and it'd been like 4 days.
Yeah.
And I was like what the fuck?
A long time.
Yeah.
Like, I really appreciate a book that goes into the fact that characters have trauma from what happened in previous books. Like that gets glossed over so much in fantasy. Like you start the next book and they're off on the next quest. I think Rochelle Mead is doing that well. Like the mental health aspect of Lissa and her darkness and all of that, and then how that plays into Rose also, I think, is being well done. I think the trauma that Rose is going through from Dimitri turning is being well done. I just think in this case, there's a fine line between having it there and having it take too long, because the family stuff and her just, running errands for them and like the slice of life of that was a little bit too much.
I feel like the way that like slice of life part was written, it was like literally we were there for like a year. I'm like not joking. They were just like, you're part of the family, you were basically his wife, and I'm like, oh my god. And then they were just like, literally it's been like 6 days, and I was like, what do you mean it's been 6 days? It's been like 100 years. So like if she's written that in a way that it didn't feel like so long, and then literally altogether, I think when she came home, it was like, oh, you've been gone for like 5 weeks. I was like, it's been 5 weeks? What do you mean? You've been gone for 10 years? Like literally.
The whole period with his family, which I did like, and then she goes off to find her gang. Yeah. And she like finds her gang in like a day, and suddenly she's the leader of this gang. And I'm like, wait, how did this happen?
And then they just go around killing Strogoy, being like,
yeah. And then they find someone, Dimitri. Like everything happened so fast after that first like big chunk of the book took so long. Yeah. Like it was just like the pacing was just a little bit all over the place, I think.
Yeah.
This is also the book where Lisa gets duped, right?
Yes. Yeah. But can we talk about how that storyline? I was just like, please just stop this. I don't give a shit. Like honestly, I would have rather just like not Rose visit her at all. I could not. I was just like, Lisa, can you take your issues to someone else? I don't care about you. Please just jump out the window. No, I'm joking.
Like if you think about it, right? Rose is going on this mission. Lisa should have just gone with her, because Rose would have done the same thing to Lisa.
Yeah,
she's a bad friend.
But then Lisa was just like realized, well, oh my god, I should have gone with her in the middle of the book. And then she apologized.
I mean, admittedly, Rose didn't give her a lot of opportunity to jump in on it.
That is true.
Because they weren't communicating. Like, she didn't even know Rose had feelings for Dimitri.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, man, you're taking your teacher's death pretty hard.
Yeah, but she
did
didn't
realize,
ask
though.
her. Like,
Yeah,
Lissa
absolutely.
didn't think
Lissa
to
was
ask.
stuck in her own head.
It's just like me.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I must say that after Dimitri becomes Strigoi, I couldn't remember a single thing what happens.
No,
So I was so shocked of everything. I was just like, it was like reading for the first time. I was just like, oh my god, we met another spirit-bound couple. Oh my god, I was so shocked. They can read minds. What? Shocked beyond repair. And I was so shocked that like Dimitri kept her as like a blood slave, basically. And I thought she was there for like weeks, like at least 5 weeks, but it was like 6 days. But like
basically
I was just
got her
shocked.
addicted to the whole drinking process.
Yeah.
So we've got the drug addiction rep in here again.
Jinx, you guys own each other a Coke. Matt and Michaela. Yeah, he did. But I was just like, I could not recall that happening at all. And I'm actually very impressed with Rose in the end that like while we know she didn't succeed in killing Dimitri, she actually went through with it. Like obviously she didn't do it because she just failed a bit, but like she actually was going to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that is pretty impressive because I feel like in most like things within the out to kill the one they love, they never can go through with it. Which she actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also laughed out loud when the spirit couple was just like, why don't Lissa just heal your darkness? And we were all like,
that's a thing we can do.
I was just like, really?
Well, it's also funny to me that we went all this time. Lissa was the only spirit user. Okay, we've got Adrian too, and then now there's just spirit users everywhere.
Yeah,
coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, I don't remember her name anymore. To the one who was like trying to kill Lissa to resurrect her. What was her name?
Oh gosh,
Avery.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds right.
I literally read it today and I already forgotten her because she was just so unimportant that she doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think because we only are getting Lissa's story through Rose just happening to pop in at key moments, and it felt very uninvolved.
Yeah, that's like my main criticism for the series, where I'm like, it's just so convenient that she could see Lissa's storyline, where we should have just gotten her POV.
Yeah, I think written today we would have gotten her POV, and hopefully Adrian's POV. And then, like, I mean, we do get Adrian's POV because, I mean, do we only get Sydney's?
Honestly, I can't remember. I've only read the series once.
Ooh, it's gonna be exciting. But yeah, I also completely forgot that alchemists were a thing, that Sydney has a role in this world. I was just like, why are you here, Sydney? You don't belong in this. It's like, you don't show up.
Not yet.
Yeah. I was so confused.
I was thinking about like how easy Buffy the Vampire Slayer had it, where, you know, she killed a vampire, they just poof and they're gone. A, you know they're dead. B, there's no cleanup required. Like, the vaccine is like, you're leaving this trail of bodies behind and it's really annoying. Stop it.
Can we also talk about the fact that like killing Strigoi is super difficult and Rose is just like on a spree alone, killing left and right, the easiest thing in the world, guys. And I was just like, okay.
She's not like other girls, Sandra.
No, just like me. Just like me.
Just like you. Exactly.
But yeah, I like Sydney. But now there's like a spoiler thing, and I don't want to say now because we're live, but now I'm confused about the thing. But I will ask backstage because like it's a spoiler thing for the last book. But like the whole like alchemist thing, but the way that she's very religious is very interesting to me. Because like I forget that religion plays a part of the story, but it obviously does.
Is it? I wonder if it's alchemists in general have the more religious, or is it because of the setting they're in? It's a more religious.
No, I think it's their society in general, because I think they're all humans. So they have that religion in place because like the Strigoi and Moroi are like the devils or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes for an interesting dynamic that you guys are bad, but also we're gonna clean up and help.
Yeah. I love that she was just like, you guys are nasty. And I'm like, but you haven't met Adrian yet, girl. Okay.
I did like with Avery, I did like the whole thing with Rose getting thrown out of Lyssa's head and like the mystery of what was going on there. I did find that interesting because I had kind of forgotten all about Avery's existence. So that didn't stand out to me, but I did think that was interesting. And the way we're seeing all these different ways that the spirit wielders can do so many different things that are kind of related, but not necessarily. And it does leave me wondering, because I really don't remember, is can all the spirit wielders actually learn all of these things, or are they just permanently? Because it seems like the other magics, they all have very similar abilities.
I can't quite remember because I don't think we definitely don't learn that in this series. Maybe we learn it in Bloodlines.
The second one, yeah.
Yeah.
But because like the couple we met that I've forgotten the name of, they didn't even know like about dreamwalking, and it doesn't seem like Lissa can do it yet. So I wonder if like Adrian is not like other spirit users that can.
Yeah. It seems like they each at least have like one ability they learn first that's like their first sign that I'm not a normal magic wielder.
At this point, I feel like spirit users are like overpowered, but I guess that's why like they had the disability of like getting depressed.
Yeah.
So that like it wouldn't be, or else they would be like super, super powerful.
Well, and if they haven't brought someone back from the dead, which you would imagine a lot of them haven't,
Adrian,
do they have an option to, bond with someone in a different way? Or do they have to kill their best friend just to bring them back so they can have an outlet for their mental health issues?
That's what I was going to do. Oh, Adrian, he's so sad.
Well, Sandra, you just let him stab you and bring you back to life. And
I will let him stab me however he wants with whatever he wants.
Yeah. I think he's more sad in Bloodlines for sure.
I know, because
sad boy.
He is such a sad boy. I know I read the first one and I got so sad for him. I was even sadder for him. I was going to say that I did like in a way that he kept checking up on her, and then she was a totally douchebag to him, and she still hasn't apologized for that either. And I'm like, Rose, you're cheating Adrian really bad. Yeah,
she is indeed.
But now
when it comes to Adrian, there's no excuse for Rose. I have no excuse for Rose when it comes to Adrian. That was actually shitty.
Yeah.
Also, Dimitri goes from getting turned Strigoi and then suddenly being like powerful and having all this wealth and whatever because he just happened to know someone who brought him in and like brought him into his crime family. He can just keep his pet Rose in her confines and it's fine.
I love how they kept making out, but they didn't have sex, and it was just like, we can only have sex when you're changed. And I'm like, I would just been like, sure, no.
The grooming happening there. That's where, to me, it got the ick feeling. I
think you were supposed to.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. But it's just like, okay, can we move past this because it's getting annoying?
It was a lot. It was like a lot of like making out, getting really horny, getting drug addicted. Like that was a long thing. I love the last like 10%. They were like my favorite. But like in between, it was like a long thing.
We started with the family stuff and that took forever. And then all of a sudden she's got her gang of fighters and they find the guy, they put out the message and suddenly Dimitri shows up. Like that happened in like this amount of time. And then we wind up with her in custody and being drugged and everything else. And that felt like a drag. Like the pacing was just up and down.
Yeah, but we survived Wheel of Time, so this is nothing.
Absolutely. I still finished each of these in a day. Like it's fine. They're getting slower, but I still have managed them that way.
I read Blood Promise so slowly. Like, I used over 3 hours on that. That's a long time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
No sarcasm, Sandra. 3 hours is
Oh.
crazy.
No. I was just like, I want it done soon. I want it to be over. But I was enjoying myself, but it was more like, I need to read something else. I don't have time for this. But I was going to say that we then had a reveal that Abe is Rose's father, which I thought was a great reveal.
Yeah, I did too. I had forgotten.
And her mom is just like nonchalant about it. She's like, "What do you mean?
Yes,
illegal. He hasn't been caught."
Yeah. For as much time as Rose has wondered and not gotten answers, and then it just kind of gets name dropped.
Yeah, she's just like, "It's your dad, man," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." That I thought that actually he was like first creepy. I thought he was evil, and then it turns out that he's just her dad, and I was like, "Oh, well, okay."
I think
I
when I first read it, I put 2 and 2 together because of his name. Just like,
I didn't.
So bad.
I'm not so smart. It was like the whole like thing when like with Victoria, they want to have sex with the dude that had sex with her sister, and then like he stopped it. The Dimitri's sister wanted to have sex with the dude that had sex with also the other sister, and then she was just like, "You're my family," and then they like got super mad at Rose because she stopped it, and I was like, "Why do we have this in this book?"
Yeah. Yeah, there were definitely things that could have been trimmed out a little bit.
Yeah. What do I have in my notes? Lisa, stupid, lol. I wrote that in my notes.
Literally the whole series.
I thought it was a great notes. Yeah, I thought she was stupid when she kissed the dude. She cheated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then we find out she was intentionally being fed with alcohol so that Avery could have better access.
Yeah, but just because you're drunk doesn't mean you have to cheat.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm anti-cheating, but it definitely
Christian. Go Christian.
Yeah.
But I think it was more like that she wanted to lie about it. I mean, met Jill, little sweet Jill that they call. What did they call her?
Jailbait.
Yeah. What is it? I don't understand what a jailbait is really.
It's someone who's young enough that if a guy were to go for her, they'd get in trouble and wind up in jail.
There you go.
Oh, that was a perfect explanation. Nasty. Yeah, and it was something that like Adrian was like, "I can follow you back," and oh, like Adrian, and I would like, and he was just like, "What do you think of me?" Adrian is not interested in a 14-year-old. He's 6 years older, but he's not Dimitri. What do you guys think of him? That was great, actually. I love that a lot of the times it's like trying to explain Adrian. I think that we use a lot of time of being like, yeah, he always seems like a playboy, but he's actually la 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 la. Like I feel like we get that sentence a lot. Oh yeah, he seems very nonchalant, but I know he actually deeply cares. And we get like those sentences a lot throughout like the whole book of Rose when she thinks of him. I think that is very interesting. Yeah, what did I write? I wrote fight inside Lisa. That was weird.
Fight inside
Lisa. Yeah, she was inside her, and then they were fighting, and it was really weird. Got to defend her boy. Indeed. What else did we get?
Yeah, it was interesting too because Lissa wanted to get into Rose's head, so she was going to have Adrian try to get her in, but they couldn't get the timing right because Rose was actually in Lissa's head at the time, watching her talk about wanting to get into Rose's head. That one was really interesting too. But also, Rose is the only one with good timing to like eavesdrop at the right moments. No one else.
Her. Then she's just allowed to go back to school, and then suddenly her mom is there. And I thought that we didn't like mom, but now we like mom. And then she was just like, "You go back to school," and she was like, "Okay."
Well, we mainly didn't like Mom because Mom wasn't a mom. Mom was a guardian, and that was her main focus in life, which was part of the culture. But I think, I don't know if we talked about it, but one of my theories is like Rose has seen like the outside world, things that the other guardians haven't seen. So they know what a mom is outside of this culture. I mean, we see that with Dimitri's family. It's very much a family, not just we're raising guardians. But I think it seems like among the American group, that's not as much done. We don't, except for the royals have families, but that's about it.
I think it's very interesting that like Dimitri's like all the way from Siberia, literally. Like it's just like so random. Because like I don't know, it just feels very random.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think like that's Russia, just like that's where the culture originated from.
Oh yeah.
Or like Romanian culture, maybe.
That's where it's Romanian.
Strigoi as a word sounds like it could be from there. I don't know.
What do you guys think of?
So go ahead.
What do you guys think of maybe having to break Victor out of jail?
It's interesting because he would be dead if it wasn't for what he had done. Like he would already be gone because he was healed by her. I definitely interested to see where that goes.
There is some certain like things there that I do remember the answers for, but I don't remember how we get there. I remember how it ends, but that's about it. So can't believe we summarized these books in like 41 minutes.
That shows how little we had. A lot more to talk about with books 1 and 2.
Did we?
I think it's just
we went longer.
Really slow.
Yeah,
I think, like you said, these 2 books are really slow. Yeah, so there's not much to talk about because there's not a lot happening. It's just a lot of development.
Yeah. I feel like the last 2 in this set is going to have more to it than these did.
They're thick. Also, I'm gonna guys give you like a bit of OCD because when I bought these, they didn't have the one with the faces anymore. So my next 2 are these. They don't match. So I had the first 4 with the faces and the last 2. And it has annoyed me for like the 14 years I owned them or whatever. Honestly. But actually, I like these covers a lot. I like these much more than like the one I have pictured.
Yeah.
These are nicer. But then at the point, I didn't obviously want to rebuy 1 to 4 because I already own them, you know?
Yes.
But I always thought that these were prettier.
I do like those. I like these just in the sense that they're simple and they all match.
I like the color differences.
Yeah.
And I really, really appreciate the numbers on the spine. Because when I went to go look for my books for the show, I was like, where are they? Figure out which one was I reading again.
Yeah. So the next one is 479, which is about the same, I think, as Blood Promise. And the last is almost 600, so 583.
Which actually isn't that much longer.
It's not that much longer.
For some reason, I thought the last one was significantly longer. I guess compared to book 1, it is.
Yeah. See, I think that the last book is more, for me, it's more slower than Blood Promise and Shadow Kiss. I think the last book is my least favorite of the series.
Least favorite?
Yeah. Because I only actually reread it in the beginning of the year in January. And I remember it was my least favorite.
But which one is your favorite?
I'm pretty sure it's Spirit Bound, which is the next one.
Nice.
Because I do believe.
I'm assuming when these first came out that there wasn't already a plan for Blood Promise as a spinoff. So I'm assuming.
Blood Promise? You mean Bloodlines?
Bloodlines. Sorry.
I was so confused.
Blood Promise sitting in my eyeline.
Yeah.
I'm assuming book 6. Because I don't remember for sure, but I'm assuming it ends this series like with an actual ending, and that the idea of a spin-off series came later.
Yeah, like it's still able to like continue on with where it goes, which obviously that's what happened, but like Rose's storyline is done.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Well,
that's what I was assuming.
Have you read Bloodlines
they
before?
still appear in Bloodlines.
I think I started Bloodlines. I think I didn't finish it, but I'm not positive. Honestly, I couldn't have told you I read Blood Promise when I read it today. I was just like, maybe I was just in so much shock about Dimitri turning Strigoi that when I read the next book, I was just like in a zone. I was like, okay.
I think that if I knew someone that like was going to say wasn't that critical of a reader, I would recommend these even now. I would be like, they're a bit outdated, but they are actually such a ride. Like I was obviously scared I would hate them because like I've been reading a lot of YA fantasy lately to get rid of, and I just noticed I don't like them like I used to. So I don't know how I would feel about this if I haven't read it before, but at the same time, I can't remember anything from before. So.
Well, I've been telling people that they're a lot of fun, but you do have to turn your critical brain off. Like, I mean, have it there, be able to comment on it. It's fun to pick things apart, but you have to go into it being willing to kind of overlook some of that and know it's of its time and it's not what you would get today as a newly.
Do you also feel like when you say if it's on of its time, it sounds very bad? Like then it sounds bad. But I think that this is more fun than some of the YA written today. I think there's a lot of really good. I really like the world building, the idea of this societal structure and the spirit and how that impacts things. I think it has a lot of good with the mental health and addiction rep even in here.
You'll get more of that in Spirit Bound, which is why it's my favorite. My least favorite, which is the Last Sacrifice, I just saw my notes, is because there's a lot of telling not showing with Rose's emotions, which is really weird because this whole series we've been like delving into like her emotions and trauma.
Right.
So it's just a weird switch in Last Sacrifice.
Maybe she was more rushing to finish it because
it's more about the plot in the last book, which is fine. There's like the plot is really good in the last book. I just don't think it's really good.
I remember some twists there, and I was just like reading. I was like,
oh, the last book plot is like really good, but I just think like the character-wise, she dropped the ball there for a little bit.
Yeah,
that's valid.
Who, if you could choose, obviously I'm not going to ask myself because you all know my answer, but who is your like favorite character?
It would be Rose.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be Rose because I mean she's the only one really we're getting that much depth on. So I think that's part of it.
I think it would be Rose, Dimitri, Christian.
Mine would be Adrian. Shocker. And then I actually Christian. And I remember before I didn't like him that much, but I love him now. He's great. And I'm probably Rose.
Yeah. And he's got a backbone. Like I really like that he told Lissa no. He's like, no, you need to get yourself under control. I feel like that's going to get resolved fairly easy when they like reveal the fact that they need to do this interchange of who's getting the darkness and her being influenced. And I also like that it wasn't an immediate fix. Like, hey, by the way, she's been influencing me. Okay, we're happy again. Like, it's not going to be an immediate resolution thing.
From memory, it takes a while, I think.
Yeah.
Don't have a fave.
It's a lot of world building or magic system. Like we learned a lot about spirit in the next book. Hence why the name Spirit Bound.
You know, I know that there's certain scenes with a certain boy here. I'm very excited.
He's done so dirty in the next two books, though. I feel so
I know.
bad.
You know, like there's a reason I cried. I cried over these books. Because like literally the only thing I cared about was Adrian's happiness. I don't know why am I so trash for him. He's written the exact way I love a man written. In real life, I would hate him. But like in a book while he's just
I think we talked about this before, but like for me, this series was definitely like Dimitri, but I think I remember like when I go into Bloodlines, it's just Team Adrian all the way for sure.
Obviously, who else team would you be on? Is his
obviously. So I'm like, I can't be Team Adrian here because it's gonna be Team Dimitri. But
yeah, but
have this moment.
I'm not actually like Team Adrian in a way that I want Rose to be with him, because like I think Rose treats him like shit, so I want him to be with someone that treats him better. But I just want him to be happy, and right now Rose makes him happy. So like I want him to be happy, but not in theory with her, because she can be off with Dimitri and do whatever with him. But you get what I mean. I don't know, but I realized that when like I think about like my book boyfriends, as you call them, I always like the book smart ones. Not that I would say Adrian is book smart, but he's more like social smart than like a fighter like Dimitri is, right?
Yeah.
Because like in Mistborn, I love Alan. He's my absolute favorite character, and he's just like the only thing he does is read.
We love a reader.
And then I read, in Bridge Kingdom, the second couple, there's like Karis. I don't know if you read Bridge Kingdom.
I haven't gotten to the second arc yet.
But in the first part, we have like Aaron, who's like, he's a warrior dude. In the next part, we have Karis, and he's not a warrior. His whole point is that like he's just smart and snarky. And I love him. So I just realized that is my type of man in the fictional books.
I do like a good snarky character in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these, because I mean, I'm very much a world building driven reader. Like these books, I think speak to that. Is the like, I want good characters. I want a good plot too. But if a book has really interesting magic and really interesting like world building to it and politics to it, that's gonna like let me gloss over some things that maybe aren't as great.
Yeah.
I think the way that like Moroi that like are royal are treated compared to like there are normal Moroi there as well, but I kind of forget that they have normal Moroi because we're surrounded by royals constantly. Yeah. So I think it's very interesting that like since also like Rose has been surrounded by royals all her life, she also kind of forgets about normal Morois, I feel.
Yeah.
I think it is like obviously things that needs to change in the world, and I feel like it is set up nicely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that why Dimitri's at the school? Because this is like the elite school. That's why the royals are the ones who are all there, and
I think there's only one school.
Maybe.
But didn't they talk about being more schools? Or is it only one school?
I don't know.
Honestly, I can't remember. I just know there's more schools within this area, like school, like the primary school, like we saw with the attack and stuff.
Because I know they talked about with Dimitri's family, like they didn't know where he was. Like they didn't know he was at this particular school because his position has changed so frequently. And obviously he hadn't been there that long because Rose didn't know him from before they left the school the first time. But it was very sad that no one had even told his family. Like,
why?
Hey, by the way, especially when they're capable of like going back and like Stragoying their whole family or something. Like you think you'd want to give them a warning, like since clearly they don't forget their connections to people.
It's also really like insane to think that like the Stragoy can just like change you if they want to.
Yeah.
Like they can literally just like force it upon you. And then when you're changed, you like it. So it's just very like, it's a very interesting thing.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting that Dimitri wanted her to make the decision. Like there's enough of him still in there to like want her to make the choice.
Right, that was weird on the school's part. Yeah, that they didn't tell the family. Yeah. But I also think that like, why did he want her to choose? Why not just change her? Because it's not like she would care when she was changed anyway. But I don't really like what happens exactly when they become Strigoi, because I don't really see like why like they change so much in a way.
Their soul is gone, actually.
Yeah, they lose their
what soul?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense then. In a way.
But then why does he still care about giving
her exactly.
Like, so there's still something of him in there.
I think it's just like one probably like habit, or he probably just still like care about her, but like in a Strigoi way, because that was the whole point, right? Rose was thinking that he still loved her because she saw that good that in him, obviously she came to realize like that's like the Strigoi way of like caring, not really love. It's just kind of like interesting.
One other thing, like, okay, so she finally stabs him. His body disappears, so obviously he's not dead. I mean, that's just the way these things go. But it was interesting that Rose herself said, I don't know if that worked or not, as opposed to the author trying to make it seem like he died. And then he's going to come back later. So he did. I felt that was one place where the author pulled the punch a little bit. And maybe because it's YA, like she didn't want to leave. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that even Rose acknowledged it, that he might not be.
It's just because like they have to learn certain things in the next book in order stuff to happen. I'm being very vague here, but there's still like things needs to be learned before things happen.
Yeah. I remember
we start getting hints in this book after his body's gone that maybe there's a way for a cure. And so I'm like, they're starting to hint at that already. And so I guess if we thought he truly was dead, then that would be even more disheartening. Like, oh, hey, here's a cure. It's too
reminds me of Vampire Diaries when we have the cure storyline that everyone hates.
Yeah.
And who doesn't hate that? And it just reminds me of that part.
Yeah. It's always so interesting to compare the different vampire stories.
I love
the way they do their lore differently.
I love that. That's my favorite part of reading a vampire story, to know what do you do with your lore. But I feel like the new vampire books that has come out, I feel like they don't do the lore in the same way. We'd never have like a small time girl meeting a vampire falling in love like in the same way. You know what I mean? But it's always just like, then it's just like, oh, they drink blood sometimes. It's like, that is so boring. You need to give me a full structure of their society to make it like a fun vampire book. Like that's why I love Vampire Diaries and like Twilight. Like even Twilight has interesting lore in it.
Yeah.
To be Twilight, like yes, they sparkle in the sun, but also like Vampire Diaries has some rings on so they don't burn. Like, come on, that is also a bit like, you know.
The different conveniences and complications they throw into things.
Yeah. But that is like my favorite part of reading vampire books. But like some of the recent ones that has been released, I read and I'm like, this is not even a vampire book. I'm bored as fuck.
Yeah, I feel the same with like just retellings in general, just seeing the way the author finds what's familiar about it, but gives it an interesting twist. And I don't want it to be point for point exactly the same as the original, because then why not read the original?
Yeah.
It's fun. Now I am just like, what do we talk about now? Except Adrian.
You guys think about Adrian?
Adrian, do you think he's a virgin? He's such a flirt. He can flirt with me. Oh, I actually had something I want to say about Adrian for real. Because like when I read this originally, I had one image in my mind for Adrian. And I imagined him as Alec in Twilight, but not how he looks like now, but like how he looked like in New Moon. Do you guys know who I mean? His name is Cameron Bright in real, but like he doesn't look like himself anymore.
Is he the dad?
No, Alec in Twilight is like the twin to Jane. Who is in the book. So I always imagine.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
But it might be like the weird, not a good image of him. But that is how I imagined him before.
I just have all the movie and TV images stuck in my head for these characters.
Yeah.
Like, but I haven't watched the TV shows. I don't know how Adrian looks there. Do I want to know? I'm gonna Google.
Yeah, Adrian, I haven't seen the TV show.
Vampire Academy.
The movie is more so stuck in my head.
What is that? What is that? I wanted to go away. What did I just see with my eyes?
I don't know, but now I want to know what you see.
I'm traumatized. Okay, but the picture that showed off of him is the least flattering thing I've seen in my whole life.
Google is out to get Sandra.
I'm a bit traumatized. I looked at the first like Google question is, does Rose end up with Adrian?
Is Adrian in the TV show?
Apparently. Why does he look?
Yeah.
Why does he look? Why does he look like Sam from Glee? I love Sam from Glee, by the way. I love Sam from Glee. He was my favorite character, but he does not look like an Adrian. That was what I was trying to say.
No. I guess he's like a dark-haired version of him. Sort of.
He's blonde in the picture that's showing up for me. Wait, I am struggling. I'm going in like
the
why is it only 10 episodes? I thought it was like 22.
No, it was just one season of
10 episodes is so little. We need to watch it right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie? I know we've talked about this.
Yeah, I've seen the movie multiple times because that's all I had.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the TV show.
The fact that Mason is in the TV show for 8 episodes, that's a lot. He's supposed to early.
Well, but basically, I think the TV show is basically the first book with some extra stuff from later thrown in.
Wait, in the TV show, Adrian is only there for 2 episodes.
Well, again, Adrian wasn't in
there in Frostbite.
Early.
Yeah, but do they start Frostbite then? Or do they just like start to have elements in Frostbite in? He just does not, like, the pictures of him are not flattering right now. Like, I have many words that I cannot say apparently. There's another photo of him that doesn't look that bad, but like the photo of him in Vampire Academy is just, I don't know if I can actually watch it, because if I watch it and he's ugly, how will I survive?
I think you'll be fine.
Okay, no one is ugly. That was a bit rude. I am actually personally offended from this.
Well, he's not the Adrian you know and love, because I don't think they get far enough into the story for it to really, really be the book Adrian.
Okay, so
I could be wrong about that, but it's only 10 episodes. They can't get too far.
I actually Googled, and he was in White Lotus season 2, and I watched that, like Adrian, and I can now see him in White Lotus because I Google how he looks like there, and he's not Adrian. He is not. I am protesting.
Well, I mean, the whole TV show, people aren't what they are in the book. The TV show goes off the rails quite a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got him. Isn't Rose black in the TV show? I mean, like
but
it's much more. What was I gonna say?
But she is like, since Rose's dad is Turkish, and Turkish is like what? Middle Eastern kind of like, she's not supposed to be white anyway.
No, she's not. But I mean, it's just yeah, I don't know. But I mean, just they made things change. Which there were some questions I think raised about the fact that you've got this really white princess and then you've got her employee being the only black person, and
the only one in the whole show. That is, but the Lissa, I found Lissa. She's very pretty.
Yeah, and Victor's very different.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, in my head it's the movie characters.
Hello,
in my head.
Christian is Asian and he's cute. He looks more like Adrian than Christian. Yeah. No joke. Adrian can definitely be Asian. He looks like his picture of Christian looks more Adrian-like than Adrian. I feel like Adrian and Christian actors need to switch.
I feel like you need to let go of some of your expectations for the TV show. There is also the fact that it didn't get renewed a second season.
Yeah, but remember,
before the season ended, I think they knew it wasn't coming back.
It's also so interesting that the creator for Vampire Diaries did Vampire Academy.
Yeah.
And we know that the Vampire Diaries TV show is very different from the books. So like obviously has like some of the same vibe probably. But I just think that's so interesting. Oh, it is fun to look at castings though.
Mm-hmm. It is interesting.
Wait, Mason is I was going to say, is he also black? But then he is not. Maybe he just looked like him for a second. I'm so sorry. I'm so confused. I mean, he doesn't look white. It looks like mixed. So that was why. Interesting. This is very interesting. We are having a really good time here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to actually low-key go and watch the TV show now.
Have you seen the movie, Sandra?
Yeah! I love Zoe. I can never say her last name. Douch? Is that how you're supposed to say it?
Zoe Dutch?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Dutch? She's perfect.
Yes, I do.
Even though she's white, but she's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like her a lot in the.
And Christian was played by the same actor that plays Jace Whalen.
I know. I think it fits, actually. It fits.
Yeah, it does.
That always, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, wait. Oh, wait.
And
I
then
forgot you were in this.
And then like Dimitri is like this actual Russian, but people hated the Dimitri casting because I didn't think he was hot enough.
I like Dimitri.
He whispers the whole movie. It annoys me.
Yeah, there is that. No, but the movie, for anyone who's curious, the movie's safe at this point. You're well past, if you've read with us to this point, you can watch the movie without missing anything.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend watching the movie if you want to see Dimitri, because that was absolutely horrendous.
We didn't even get Adrian, so honestly, do I care?
No. That's why I was surprised he was in the TV show.
There's some parts of the movie I actually really enjoy. Like, they do keep some parts really well, but it's made very like quirky, like like very like teenage drama.
Movie. Yeah.
It should have been made more like, honestly, like Twilight, because Twilight is more atmospheric. You agree?
Yeah,
it's a bit like Twilight is still trash, but like it's like more serious trash. But like,
serious.
But like Vampire, but I mean like Vampire Academy is literally like, let's go to prom, with music, like you know what I mean? It's very like that, so it feels like, oh, vampires suck, like that kind of attitude. It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it's interesting because I mean, I feel like this book series has held an audience. Like, it's still, there's a wait to get the books from the library. But we had the movie that definitely set up for a sequel that never happened. And the TV series obviously was meant to go past one season, and that didn't happen. And so it hasn't found its audience with a visual medium.
Yeah. But I mean, look at Shadow and Bone. Like, that was really popular, but it still got canceled.
True. Because season 2 sucked.
I never even watched season 2, so...
I love season 1 a lot. I have strong feelings about this. And I must say, if you guys thought that I loved Adrian, just wait if you see me watch Ben Barnes as the Darkling, because I lose my shit. But because I love Ben Barnes with an unhealthy amount of obsession, and then he was cast as the Darkling, which was Lee Bardugo's dream casting. And like, he's like almost 40 playing the Darkling, and then like, what's her name again?
God
Jessie Lee May something that plays Alina is like 22 or something. And I think about that on a daily basis.
No.
But it's just very interesting because I feel like they actually were very what's it called, like true to the books in Shadowbone. And then in the second one they were just like, nah, we are doing Quicker Kingdom now. And I was just like, you're doing what? You're doing the best book now. You're not ready. So yeah, I think they butched that.
It was an interesting approach to it all.
It was a terrible approach, and they got canceled for it. But the casting there was really good, though. I will admit, like much better than a lot.
I mean, I've never read the prose, but it looked like it was correct.
You never read it?
No, I had a bad experience with the Shadow and Bone trilogy that I was like, I need a break from this world. Alina really pissed me off. Oh no, what was the other guy's name? Alina?
Mal.
Mal. Yeah, the Mal
I
pissed
hate
me off in the second book.
him. I
So
hate him.
till this day, you can blame Mal for me not reading Six of Crows yet, because I am
Honestly,
traumatized.
every time I saw him on the TV show, I'm like, can't you just die? I know you don't die, but can you please go away from my face? And like the actor is amazing. Like he seems such a nice guy, etc. But I hated him on principle because he played Mal. But what I was going to say is that we also have obviously Shadowhunters. We made a movie with Lily Collins, which I actually love the movie, but I remember
Really?
I was so excited. No, like I love the movie because like the visuals were great, but the storytelling was not great. But I loved like the acting, even though they did butcher Alec, but we don't need to talk about that. But like Lily Collins, Jamie Campbell Bower.
They were good. I remember when it came out, it was on my birthday and I went and I was like, this was shit.
I remember
over
sitting.
Over the years, I was like, okay, this is the only thing that we have visually. And like those two are fine, but I really didn't like the way they told the story. But then the show came out and I was like, this is my Jace Arendelle. Right. This is my Jace.
I watched the movie in the cinemas and I was so excited because obviously Shadowhunters has been for many years one of my favorite things in the world. And I remember in the beginning, I was just like, oh my God, Lily Collins, love her. And then Robert Sheehan is Simon. And I have a massive crush, or I had, not anymore, a massive crush of Robert Sheehan because of the Misfits, because it's a great show. And I was like, oh my God, my baby is playing my baby, because Simon used to be my favorite character.
Yes.
And he's a great Simon, but like the way they changed some things in that movie, I don't know what happened. But they do the mistake of going away from the books, and you notice at once when they do that. Vampire Academy, Shadowhunters, even like what was Shadow and Bone, all of those things went away from the books, and what happened? Fans got pissed off. Percy Jackson movies.
Yeah.
But we love the Percy Jackson movies, even though they strayed away from the books.
Yeah, but I think the way they like made them like cool, annoying.
I do really like the TV show though. It's been really good.
I haven't finished it because I was annoyed.
What were you annoyed about?
And that they changed, like they gave Percy's moments to other characters. It annoyed me.
That's fair.
I was just like,
visually, it's really stunning.
Yeah. Anyway, that was great. Good talk.
Yes.
Have you guys seen True Blood? It's a great vampire series as well.
Yes.
I read the books too, and they changed it, but the books are really bad, and the TV show is much better actually.
I have not read the books.
It's like a case of like they made the books better because the books are very like racist and homophobic. And the series, I feel like it's not as racist and homophobic, even though like the way the vampires are treated is basically like racism and homophobia, which is very interesting actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is. I'm itching. What else? What is the thing you would really like to see adapted? In a good way.
I don't know. I'm scared. Things can go wrong.
Is there? What is your favorite adaptation? Was there an adaptation that you really enjoyed?
I think Hunger Games is pretty perfect.
Yes,
I agree.
That one.
I remember I hated the first movie the first time I seen it, but now I've been like, now I don't hate it anymore. It's the camera work. It's very like shaky.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them do Red Rising really, really well, but actually commit to the full series.
Yeah.
And I don't think that'll ever happen. There's too much in those books.
Miss Ford is also pretty good if they did it.
I would. Do you know Aragon, the terrible movie that we don't talk about? But it's like a Disney Plus series is gonna come. And I have hopes for that. I have hopes you can make that good if you actually try to make it good, like they did with Percy Jackson. Like the production of Percy Jackson is really good.
Yeah.
And then I feel like they could, if they wanted to, make a really good Poppy War series.
Poppy War, yeah.
Not like CW, more like Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So, or Jade City, obviously.
I don't even want to say it because I'm scared.
But it could have been so good.
I think it would be perfect, but no. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Even like with the whole like Akatar TV show as well, I'm just like, I don't know if I want this.
I think you could cancel for now though.
Good.
I don't think I want that as a TV show either. I feel it would be too weird, adapted.
But I'm really surprised though, because obviously the traction it's gained and everything, they would have jumped on the chance.
Illuminate or Aurora Rising?
Illuminate would be really good.
I didn't like it, but I'm pretty sure it's better adapted than being read that shit. Then at least I don't have to turn the book around.
Is that why you didn't like it?
What?
Is that why you didn't like it?
Yeah, one of the reasons. It was a very difficult book to read. It was so annoying.
That's what audiobooks are for.
Yeah.
It solves the problem.
Well, how would I know that before starting it?
Because that is the series that I think most gets recommended when someone says, I want to try audiobooks. What should I read? Illuminate.
I already read all of them. And it was like the same story 3 times. I was like, I'm bored, and now I'm unholding them.
You're not entirely.
The second one is my least favorite.
Because we just repeat book 1 in a different way. And then in the third one, we do the same again. And I'm like, what was the point?
I always describe the second one as Die Hard meets Aliens.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my dream was, if I was really rich, I would make a production company that only adapts my favorite books, but like in a really good way, like good productions. And then we would know to make the best adaptations and everyone would love me. But then I need to be richer.
Get on that.
I will marry Adrian. He has lots of money. So then he will sponsor
you already have the last name.
I do.
Over there.
Either way, do we have more to say about the books?
I think we ended having things to say about the books a while back.
I think we'll have more to say in the last 2 books for sure.
I think so.
Yeah, and then after that, it is like into a series that I haven't even read, so I feel like that would be very exciting too. Like into Bloodlines. We only have 4 live shows left. I feel like we were in Wheel of Time for so long, and I feel like in my head this is much longer than it actually is.
Yeah.
Because we were like in Wheel of Time for like 2.5 years, and now we are like almost halfway already. I'm like, what? We just started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for listening to us shit around. You should see us. I don't know. It's December. It's a terrible month for live show. We will figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't have a life anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Probably before we get too close to the holidays.
Yeah. And then, oh my god, I have a hole in my sock. Where did that come from? Sorry, I just saw. I was so shocked
by my dog over here.
Yeah. Well, we are going now. Bye.